Okay. Great.
So we have a quorum.
Yes.
Yay. Thanks, Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, thanks a
Thank
lot.
you,
Appreciate
Amber.
it.
Hey, everybody, I am so sorry. I had another meeting that was going on until 6:30. I had to leave before they even voted for this other board I'm on. But I'm glad I was able to make your quorum.
Barbara, thank you for coming. You have a Zoom waiver now. And Miranda, also, thank you for coming. You have a Zoom waiver now.
So can we get started?
Yes.
Start recording. Thank
We're
you.
recording. We are.
Oh, okay, hello. Welcome, everybody, this November 5th, 2025, to the second meeting of BCI for the month. We were together, some of us, on the 8th of October. And at that time, we had 8 applications in front of us that we heard. Well, we could not vote on them because we did not have a quorum. So that's why we called the meeting tonight, to have a quorum to vote on these resolutions before the full board meeting in 45 minutes. So with that, does everybody, I'll just go over these.
Sure.
Can we welcome Natasha as our new co-chair? of
Yes.
CEI?
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry.
She jumped in. Actually, everybody
Yeah.
should put their names on the record. Doug?
I'm Doug Kleiman, member of the committee.
Andrew Albert, I'm visiting tonight because we don't have a joint issue tonight.
I'm Eric Schmidt. I'm on the committee.
John Shockett, member of the committee.
Dan Gerstein, new member of the committee.
Isaac Aberstein, new member of the committee.
Okay, we have
Alex, chair.
our esteemed
Right.
chair, Alex, and myself, Michelle Parker. So,
Miranda, not a chair, but still on the committee.
And Barbara Adler, also on the committee.
I don't think we have any community members, although this notice went out to the community about this meeting. All right, these are the applications. I'm gonna put, we have 8 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is part of the first part. It's called new application of temporary retail permit requests. 115 West End Avenue by Morton Williams. They have a bar inside the supermarket and they changed the ownership of the bar. And so, and there'll be no change of the method of operation. And therefore, they have to get a new permit. Right. 2, 1 Lincoln Plaza, 20 West 64th Street. This is a location that is formerly one Daniel, these are Daniel Boulud restaurants, three merged into one. So
Balud
that-
Sud,
Mhm.
Patisserie Balud, Bar Balud, now all gonna be one
One.
grocery.
So that's a new application. 206 West 79th. This is a restaurant in the site of the former Coppola's. And although they have a change of ownership, there's no changes inside or out. There's
the
no.
name?
It says Povar, but no, that's not the name. I passed yesterday because they have a new name outside. I'll get the name. 4201 West 83rd Street. This is the site of the former Cafe Lalo. And now there'll be a Jack's Coffee Shop going in. I think that's some preservation issues, but that's not in front of us. Because the windows.
I saw them doing work, massively doing work yesterday.
There's a lot of work to be
Wow.
done.
Yep.
Place is not in good shape.
No,
I reported before.
Yeah, but he's got, the owner is Robert Hull. He's got a couple of Jacks in Manhattan.
And
I think one-
Hamptons.
Right, in Sag Harbor. There's a Jack's, right, Barbara? Yeah. And I think he has another one in Manhattan.
There's a few of them in the Hamptons.
And then of the 5, the final one is 999 Columbus Avenue, the Taqueria Corp. They serve tacos, but they don't serve alcohol. Now they want to serve margaritas. Because.
They go well with tacos.
Yes. So, we can vote on these one by one. Anybody have any questions about any of these applications? No matter how crazy you think the question is. No?
Call the
we,
question.
yeah,
Should we just bundle it?
we could do that.
Let's bundle it.
So how many how many are in favor of these 5 applications? Myself, 1, 2, 3,
Committee
4,
members, yeah.
committee members, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Yeah,
Barbara, yep, and Miranda, yeah.
Okay, 9 opposed from the committee, 0 abstaining, 0 abstaining for cause, 0. So on all 5, it's 9, 0, 0, 0. Thank you. Do we have any non-committee members who would like to weigh in?
Sure.
In favor? 2. And that's all we have, for non-committee members, 2, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Now, the next, group is the class change request.
Can I ask you a silly process question, since I'm new to this? How does non-committee members voting affect, anything?
It doesn't
Doesn't.
really,
Okay.
but it's
But they're here, so.
more academic.
It's a means of recording your opinion.
Yeah,
That
they're
you
here,
wish to do so,
and
right?
we wanna know what they think about this and.
Okay.
But everybody's vote really can, at full board
Yeah,
is the,
everybody's vote.
is the,
No, I understand that,
Yeah.
but, because I've seen in some of the notes about prior votes that
Uh-huh.
there's non-committee, and I'm wondering what's the rationale for recording that?
They're here.
I don't know if there's an
I don't know what
exact
they think.
tie,
Good
that a
point, good
non-committee
point.
member could break a tie, but that's another conversation for another day.
Good question.
Because it doesn't really affect anything, right?
No,
Okay.
It'd be useful information for the full board.
Yeah,
If,
exactly.
if the non-member disagrees with
Yeah,
the committee in
and
particular.
we would like to know also.
Right.
Yeah.
So we know what we're diving into at full board.
That's right.
Part 2, class change, we have 2 applications, 6 and 7, number 6 and 7, 1998 Broadway at 67th Street and 2310 Broadway at 83rd, 84th Streets. Those are the 2 theaters, movie theaters and AMC, and they are asking, they serve wine and beer, and they're asking to now serve alcohol. And after much discussion, we learned that this alcohol is gonna canned alcohol, so somebody's not gonna be at the bar pouring shots and.
Maybe it's rubbing alcohol.
So it's spirits as opposed to selling alcohol,
Yeah.
but this is be
And
spirits.
are canned cocktails, which might have an ABV more along the lines of wine, still regulated as if they were liquor, even though they're not constructed from 80 proof liquor?
The,
You know
I
that.
can just tell you that if, yeah, I mean, 80 proof would be 40% liquor,
Right.
so that would be a classification. A full liquor as opposed to wine and beer or cider permit. Wine and beer, yeah, and cider.
So any other questions about this? Any other concerns? I mean, we covered some things at the meeting. All right, so I'm gonna call the question. I'm gonna take.
No, sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna call the question. I'll take a vote, and this is for number 6 and 7. How many in favor? So 1, 8, 9. 0, 0, 0, non-committee board members in favor, 2, 0, 0, 0. Okay, the last category is temporary permit, retail permit and class change request. for 891 Amsterdam at West 104th Street by the hostel. Everybody knows there's a hostel up there.
Yep.
And they want a license for a full on premises license. Wine, beer, cider and alcohol for registered guests. It's not a kind of place you walk in and hang out at the bar. It's for registered guests. I guess guests of guests could also, and they're gonna have this elaborate bracelet system, or they'll check who's, it's not for a walk-in. Any questions about that? Or hold the question and take a vote. How many in favor of this application? 9-0-0-0. Miranda, do we have a vote?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, sorry. Non-committee board members in favor, 2-0-0-0. Okay, so that's that. Great job.
Thank you, everybody.
Hey,
Barbara things have a question.
Yes, Barbara.
Yes, I wondered if we could discuss the issue that's going on with Jeremy Wilatis and his new restaurant at 102 in Broadway. He apparently turned in his application to the board office 3 months ago, and because we're understaffed, nothing was done with it. When they finally realized that, and when he went in to see Jesse, who was wonderful to him, it turned out that his lawyer had put in the wrong address. So what he's asking for is a temporary license to be able to move forward, because he's paying the staff. He's already.
From the applicant.
She just put herself on mute.
I mean,
No, no,
Oh, you-
wait. Go for it.
Jeremy,
Oh, cripes, I'm muted all this time? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's me. You want to discuss this? Somebody else, Doug, maybe?
Jeremy's here.
Yeah, Jeremy's here. He's gonna speak.
Oh, great. Okay, so maybe Jeremy could speak for himself.
I just wanna,
Barbara.
well, let's just preface this. We have a meeting next week, a committee meeting next week, Wednesday, November 12th. Just putting that out there,
Okay.
okay?
The problem
Okay.
is that he'll miss this, we'll have to wait until December's full board.
Barbara, we would like to hear from the applicant himself.
Here it is.
Okay,
Thank you for letting me come in and speak. This is John, who's my partner, who's the primary partner of the place, who owns Helio right up the street, and owns a place on the east side, and the pizza place down the street, blah, blah, blah. And I own a bunch of restaurants, from Fred's and Good Enough to Eat and Nina's and Scarlet Line. Anyway, the point is, we're here to make a plea, a bag of sympathy. We turned in a license to Community Board 7 and to the State Liquor Authority in July. Okay, in July, just a temporary, we're looking for a temporary till, and the Liquor Authority somehow lost or did something with our application. When they finally woke up, I came here last week, and Jessie, who's awesome, I've known her for 20 years and she's great, but Jessie says, well, there's a few different addresses. Your address is on here and there's some other ones, so I'm sure that's probably how it got missed or something to that nature. And normally, I think if Jessie's not so overwhelmed, she would call up and say, hey, you guys, there's a couple different addresses on this or that. I don't want to knock Jessie. She's amazing, been helpful. She's awesome, like so many of you guys I've known for many years. And
She's doing a job with 2 or 3 people from base.
Yeah, and we put it in, I think, when everybody was on vacation. And so now the Liquor Authority is like, we'll give you the temporary, just get the sign off from the community board. So I came here, knocked on the door, called her, texted her, emailed her, and finally got a hold of her. And she's like, I'll give you this letter, but the letter was not strong enough language saying, yes, we approve or whatever. And I understand the bylaws and everything. Is there a way we could have just for the temporary, just something that says, yes, we approve them temporarily, and they know they're coming to the full board. They came through today to the committee, to the board meeting, then they're coming again next month for the final, but we approve of them for temporary. Anything you guys could do, we appreciate it. We know we made a mistake. Our lawyer's an older guy. He's been the best in the business, and He put a couple different addresses on there. He's dealing with some health issues. And as soon as the liquor authority contacted us, said, we're waiting for the community board. I've been here for 35, almost 40 years running restaurants in this community. Community is amazing. I love it. I live here. He lives here. He's had restaurants and we're suffering. We're paying $25,000 a month rent. We're paying a staff that we've hired and brought in to prep and prepare and cook food and test things and this and that. We're gonna have to let them all go because if this doesn't happen now, it'll be sometime in January, February before we get a temp. Our temporary, which should come in 30 to 60 days, could be like 6, 7 months down the road, which is gonna cost us an extra couple $100,000. We
Are
don't
you-
have it.
are you
We never
asking-
open
Are you asking for us to do this right now or is our next week meeting? Right now, okay.
right now, because if we don't now, we're not open until January,
I have
February.
to
Did
make-
SLA give you any idea, pending community board approval, how long it would take for them to give you what you're looking for?
Yes, Marty Mailer says the SLA will then immediately hand it to a judge, whatever it is.
Administrative judge.
Yeah, the administrative judge.
Hearing.
Well, the administrative judge will sign off and he said it'll take 2 weeks,
Ministerial, it's not a
3 or
full.
4 weeks, depends on which judge grabs it and how fast they want to move.
Right.
And I'm certainly gonna go to all our politicians in the neighborhood that I've known for a whole lot. And
ALJ is
thank
the
them.
administrative law judge that will have to get it. That's who's going to review it. Right.
Yeah, but we can't get, it won't go there till it comes through here. And we personally didn't do anything wrong, but we're responsible. I respect that, and I'm not saying you guys did anything or Jesse did anything wrong. There was a mistake that it made, and we finally got the liquor authority to wake up. And who knows, they may fall back asleep if we don't give this to them like immediately, because they fell asleep for 5 months.
So,
So
Yeah.
how come you didn't come back to us in September or October?
Because we figured it was already at the state liquor authority, because it goes from here to the state
So
liquor.
you didn't follow up with us?
We never have, we don't normally,
Then why do you need to lay everybody off and shut it down? You can still serve food. It's
Food,
just the
well,
alcohol that you cannot serve. Isn't that
it
correct?
changes the whole concept of the restaurant, like so many people will not eat at a place that doesn't have fulfill their alcoholic beverage consumption. And, you know, we'll try anything, but we're really desperate, and we didn't do anything negative, we didn't know to come knocking on the door.
You got one kind of temporary permit, didn't you?
No, if we had one, we'd be open, we can wait.
Before the-
Well, what- You got some other letter from.
We got a letter, but the letter,
It's a waiver of
A
the 30
waiver.
day, because I think you submitted July 1, you got acknowledgement August 1. Asking for the 30-day waiver. What we typically do, because we don't have meetings in August, is that the committee vote or an executive committee could write a letter. Saying that they provisionally approved this pending the full board meeting, which we have in September. But that's not, but we're now in November.
So why did that not happen?
I don't know. I mean, we never. Yeah, we never heard you in September. We never had a
Right.
meeting or October.
Or
and-
October.
Yeah, I mean, I do take exception. I have to speak up for Jessie. I don't like the fact that you're knocking her down. She's not here to defend herself.
No,
Please don't
I-
do that.
her.
Please don't do that.
I said,
Yeah.
no, I made,
She is, she's not here to speak for herself, so let's not bring her into the conversation.
just so we're clear.
I understand.
I said,
Yeah.
I love Jesse.
Yeah,
Okay, I
I've known
heard
Jesse for 20
I
years,
heard you.
and I'm not
Yeah.
saying she did anything wrong, not
Right,
even
right.
for a minute.
you.
I'm saying she's overwhelmed.
And what is this other thing about,
Investing above
the
from-
bird, the board? Despite this, a new request was made on November 3rd, asking the board to approve with no objection and include a proviso allowing closure no later than 2 AM or later for catered events. What's that about?
That's the time we're asking for, but we don't need a time now. You can decide the time.
No, you can go to
Oh.
SLA for that part.
May I ask a question? So that proviso, which would be our stipulation on the method of operation for the permanent license. A temporary license in New York State cannot go beyond 12 midnight, period.
Right,
Now,
right.
if you have an exception with the SLA for an event, you can do that, nothing to do with
Right.
us. But is that what you're saying? That would have been on your permanent request, you would have asked for
That's
2
for
AM?
our permanent.
Alright, so no matter
But
what.
I think over here, she said that you asked her for a put that request and she wasn't able to grant that. So if you're saying that that's not even our purview, so I'm not really sure what's going
Well,
on
wait-
over here.
Well, I guess, I mean, it's fair to say that if you were coming to the, like, the other applicants and asking for a temporary, but also saying that, when you get your permanent, you would like in the method of operation to have 2 AM, I don't think that's not unusual, but the SLA will not allow you to serve beyond midnight under a
Temporary license.
But if it goes from temporary to permanent and we're okay with 2 AM and we've written it, then when it becomes full, permanent, then that's.
That's
I don't
exactly
think
what
it's
it was
much-
meant to be.
Right.
I'm
You weren't
not sure
asking
it
for
was
an
clear.
exception
No, not at
because
all.
we can't, yeah, the state won't allow you to serve
Right,
past midnight.
Right, there is no exception to it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that.
It's not kind of this operation, it's a Greek restaurant, usually, we'll close like 10.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
decision to.
I don't think that's controversial. I mean, there was Mama Mexico, they were open until 4, but
Right,
We're just talking
there was a
about- yeah.
4 o'clock license
Yeah.
on there prior to
Right.
us.
The major issue on this is that the public doesn't have any, even if we hear this application, the public did not have any notice of this application to give them an opportunity to weigh in.
So my question would be, and I'm not a lawyer, don't even practice one in the restaurant. Is that if you guys could give us a temporary and we'll go to full board and we can announce it between now and full board. We'll go to full board tonight if possible and go to full board again in December, but at least the state would be ready to give us our temporary. And if you guys change something, somebody comes in and says, oh, I saw Jeremy kill somebody, which I don't think that happened. Then I could but it's just a conditional or something, some way to get us open. I beg and plead. I mean,
And you can't come to the committee meeting next week with your application, we'll take a vote on that. And then get.
On the
so get it
basis of
temporary.
that, we issue a
We could do that.
temporary. I mean, if a temporary is what you're looking for. like,
That
maybe
would only be
that
the
next.
committee as opposed to the full board at that.
Yeah, but we're not listening to this at full board tonight.
that was what I'm asking for. If you don't listen to it tonight at full board, then we've got no shot.
Then you're 30 days. Long.
Well, the other,
Minimum 30 days and we're open.
Barbara wants to say something?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, I don't know if everybody is aware that this is one of the most experienced and operators of restaurants in the, certainly on the Upper West Side. He owns at least a half a dozen restaurants. Harvest Kitchen, I don't know, Fred's, Good Enough to Eat, a whole lot of them that we go to all the time. Jeremy is also one of the most generous restaurateurs, donating very freely to organizations that ask him for anything. I think, we know him. He's come before us a million times over the years. I really would like to see us make a small exception for him because of this whole snafu. It's not really his fault, but the downside is a financial hardship.
Yeah, it's.
Okay, let's listen to,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, it's 6:07. We were told this would end at 6. I personally do not have a problem approving this unless there is some reason.
Approving the temporary?
Yeah, yes.
Approving the temporary right now, and I just assume we vote on that. If people don't want to do it, they can vote against it. We need to get to the other meeting. I mean, people are opposed to that, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah,
Well, I tend to agree with you, but I just had a process question which will helpful for the future as well. And Alex, maybe you can answer this. Is there any kind of provision in our bylaws that allows for, in an exigent circumstance, to have the full board meet via Zoom
We can
to,
schedule whatever we want, but I don't think full board is gonna come together for one
yeah, we're
No.
not gonna get a special Zoom.
I think if you wanted, you can make a motion right now to say, we want a letter of dissent saying we have no objection. And the temporary should be thing, and you could make the motion, we could vote it right now, or you could add it to full board, but you should make it via motion. That's what you should do.
no, I understand that.
Yeah.
So, but I guess what I'm saying is, before we take the vote, it would be helpful to know there's basically no out for him if we
Yeah,
don't.
We're not gonna meet outside of the regular full board.
Right, then, all right, then I move that we approve the temporary.
I second, so send a letter.
Can I just ask Alex the question? If we do this tonight, which I hope we will, Does this go to the full board later tonight?
No.
Or
Yes.
it doesn't have to?
Oh, does
Yeah,
it?
it doesn't.
Why does?
Oh.
Yeah,
No, it
it's
doesn't.
one of our actions that we took at
Why-
this meeting.
yeah,
Shouldn't
why-
it help?
The only, No, I
I'm
mean,
not sure, I mean, I'll open hearing arguments about why it doesn't show up on. full board.
I'm in favor. I second everything Barbara said. Incredible restaurant operator. We know him, we love him. We don't have any problems with him. What I was gonna say, but if we can do this tonight, then I'm all for it. I don't think it's controversial. The only thing I was gonna say is that we could do the same thing. On Wednesday, and then get that letter out, and then
But the
it'll.
letter will not go out from a committee. So you're expecting, right, you need a full.
Well,
board
what we
vote.
do for the summer is the letter
Right.
pending the next full board meeting.
We tell us.
And that letter does work at the SLA. That's what we do.
Right.
Why don't we do
That's
that?
in our.
Okay, you-
I'm much more comfortable doing that.
Can I speak if you don't
Did
mind?
that at
Yeah.
preservation
Okay,
during the summer.
Yeah, we did that at Parks
Oh, okay.
this August, yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure from what I understood is that might not work. I'm not, that's.
It
what
might
I-
not work, why? Because you need it now instead of a week from now?
No,
You need a
no.
full board.
We need it, we need the full board, from what I understood.
Okay,
I'm not sure I'm right, but that's when I spoke to my
Is there a
attorney.
there is clearly precedent for this, right?
There's
Precedents
precedent
for
in the
this.
summer, and we're reverse engineering it. The administrative law judge and the SLA tend to be very black and white. However, it seems to work for what we do in the summer for every other applicant, since we don't meet in the summer. But then it gets fully approved in September. So in this case, I suppose it would be fully approved in October, I'm sorry, in December. But you'd have that letter if we.
We already have that letter, from what I understand, the
We-
30-day waiver.
A 30-day waiver
Is
is
different
different
from what you're
than,
suggesting.
and we are, the committee would be provisionally approving a temporary pending a full board vote, which would be December 1. Now, but you'll have a letter. You'll have a letter at hand.
On CD7 letterhead.
Yeah, by Wednesday, Thursday,
I'm
instead of.
pretty sure,
tonight.
Doug, that.
You don't think that's good enough?
I don't, I'm
Well,
not.
if the chair
100%
believes that we can get to the full board, then I'm all good with that.
yeah, we've got a motion and we need to physically get to the full board, so can we?
So we had a motion and a second.
So
And a third.
So the motion is what? Can you repeat that?
My motion is that we approve the temporary license and we,
And why,
report it to the full board tonight.
why are you ignoring the 72-hour notice period? I don't doubt anything that anybody has said about the integrity of the applicant. I want to make that clear.
I totally
But there's
understand.
certain rules that we follow for a certain reason.
I understand.
And I'm not, as a co-chair, I'm not in favor of creating a two-tier system where people who are better connected get, special treatment and everybody else gets a different kind of treatment.
I understand that.
That
We're
is
trying to
not-
balance interest, right? We're balancing interest about precedent
So I don't
and
understand why we can't do what,
You're so right.
what he is
Is there a
saying,
specific
wait
law
next,
violation?
next week.
Is there a
We issue
specific?
a letter.
yeah,
Yeah.
so, okay.
Is
A
there,
letter that they don't have right now. They have a
Yeah, yeah.
different kind of letter, some sort of.
we're
30-day
from what I
waiver.
understand, we're injecting risk into his process.
Right, but there is an OAL requirement that we properly notice 72 hours, so we could ask Richard Ash. Like, basically, can this not be on full board, because we definitely can't notice for 72 hours, right, we just learned about it.
Yes.
Right.
So that potentially Natasha's right, we can't, so we could ask our parliamentarian if you're allowed to do that.
Just so we're clear, I was here last week knocking on the door. I was.
No, I understand.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
But you said you didn't contact Jesse?
I was in with Jesse's office
Yeah.
several times.
Right.
I was with Jesse.
The point I want to make is that we have to balance, following the law, obviously, and I'm cognizant of precedent, but at the same time, this is a classic case of like, if we're letting a bureaucratic snafu that snowballs into, runs headlong into, a procedural requirement that's gonna put someone out of business, I'm not comfortable with that.
if it is illegal, we should not do it.
Yes.
If it is not illegal, I think enough of us support doing it. The
Yes.
question is, how do we find that out and how do we get?
Well,
I would,
Well, the point that Doug made before, that during the summer, we give interim letters so that people can move forward with their businesses. To stop this now until January seems dreadfully unfair.
So the motion
Okay.
is for
Let's
the
vote on the
committee to
motion.
approve the temporary license.
And then Alex as chair will decide, we'll ask the parliamentarian whether it is appropriate to put on the agenda.
done today, like when are you coming back to us? So you're hopeful that you will present tonight at the, and what if that's not allowed? Then,
We're gonna see.
And
if we
what?
can
And
come back.
what about-
We're hopeful we'll be able to make it to December to see you. I mean, you know, we've asked the landlord several times and landlord's like, no, pay me my rent.
Can't do it, they can't do it, but we should vote on it, like, there's a motion made, we need to go. It's-
What I might suggest, that one thing is possible, Alex, is, and I know but, if it could say conditional, if it's a conditional, that we give now notice to the community for 72 hours, can you give 72 hours?
You can't give.
we can't do that.
Can we please just?
Okay, yeah, we made the motion.
Yeah.
So, spell the name of the restaurant and give me the address.
2672 Broadway is the address. The name of the corporation is Samos, Samos. The name, the DBA will be Telio, Telio.
Okay, we gotta go.
Yeah, okay.
So this is
Have a
a
question?
motion to approve the temporary license. The applicant understands he will appear at the BCI committee and the full board. BCI committee is next week and the full board is December. If this can be done.
Okay.
This is-
What you're saying tonight, depending on what Richard Ash said.
All right.
Any meeting that you
All right,
want
yes.
to come.
Question my call.
And if you want me to come next one,
Yeah.
Wednesday, I'll come next Wednesday, I'll come in December.
All,
All right, all those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Barb.
yeah, she voted.
6,
And
Moran.
7. Opposed? 2, 0, 0. Non-committee board members. In favor? 1. Opposed? 0. Abstain? 1. Okay, so the motion passes. The temporary license, well, like we said, it depends on our parliamentary. Tell him, there was no notice given to the public, and then he's gonna tell us if we can present.
All right, let's end the question.
Yeah,
I motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Yeah, motion.
All in favor?